we were saying about this GoodRx, I mean, I guess they're an okay source if you're only going to buy prescriptions from chain pharmacies and you want to shop at the chains. Because, like we were saying, the independent pharmacies typically don't report. I've never seen an independent pharmacy price when I price shop. I on this site. I've never seen an independent pharmacy's pricing on here. I know we don't report to it, and we've been told that our pricing is pretty competitive. Actually, I know it is because we price shop all the time and make sure that our pricing is sharp. So I guess like I said, it's a good source if you're only going to be shopping on at a chain pharmacy. If you're going to shop at independents, you'll most likely get a better deal. And if you shop at my independent pharmacies, I'm sure you'd be super satisfied, not only with the pricing, but with the service as well. And that's a problem that's been going on with healthcare and prescription coverage in this country. And there's been no standardized pricing or way of. It's just such a huge range of where things are, and so much red tape, so much bureaucracy. The fact is, most of the everyday meds do not need to be expensive. They really don't. Some biologicals and some hepatitis medicines and things like that, they're cutting edge and they need to be expensive. But the Me Too drugs that we like to talk about, like things that are prescribed every day and used very often, they're so cheap. They don't have to be expensive. And now that the legislation was passed, the sign that used to prohibit us from disclosing lower priced options, that's now law, and we could talk about this stuff freely without penalties from insurance companies or PBMs, pharmacy benefit managers. Those are the middlemen that are in between the insurance companies and us, the pharmacies. And they're the ones that used to include dialogue in the contracts called gag clauses, that we were not allowed to discuss a lower price with our patients. Mary says gag clause. Oh, that's right, Mary. The new law prohibits gag clauses that were always forced on us. We weren't allowed to tell patients their meds could be cheaper in other ways, like paying cash or buying in bulk, which is what we're doing a lot of now. We created a long list, and this list gets longer, of the top prescribed meds. I mean, these are the ones that we're dispensing all day long, and these are flat prices. $37 for 6 months for each one of these, or if you get a 12-month supply, it's $70. No insurance, no shipping charges. This is the price delivered to your door. And it's fairly aggressive. So it's perfect for people that don't have insurance. Because if you think about it, if you're on just a couple of these things, you're spending less than $100 a year, or a couple of $100 a year on medications. It's perfect for people that have copays that are over like $5 a month. And it's definitely good for people that have those high deductible plans that are very common these days. Some people choose the high deductible plan to have a lower premium. And in those cases, this works out perfect, because you never even have to access your insurance. By the time you're done with the year of buying your meds, you're not even close to spending what your deductible is, but yet you were able to benefit with the lower premium throughout the year. So that works out perfect for those folks as well. Rob asks, will the prices paid apply towards your deductible? So Okay, so I'll break it down, Rob. So in order for us to be able to do this, I have to get a rejection from your insurance company, meaning like, so that's why it's a 6 month program. If it was, if a doctor wrote for 1 month or 3 months, it would probably go through, and then we would have to charge you. So we got rid of the gag clause, but there's still other rules that are in their contracts that are still not pro patient. So I would still have to charge you the higher price that your insurance company came up with. Uh, so that's why we go to the 6 months or 12 months, because then your plan most likely will not cover it, and then we're free from them. As soon as they don't cover it, then we're free to do whatever we want. So that's why we do this 6 month thing, and then I can reduce it. So, in a case like this, and just take this top drug, alendronate would potentially be a $10 copay for the month. Uh, if the doctor had only written for 1 month with 5 refills, so to make up for that 6 months, I can't bill for 6 months at once. I have to do 1 month and then do it each month, at which point I have to use your insurance. However, if I did 6 months all at once, I got a rejection, then I can just charge you my price, my buy in bulk program pricing, and that's how this program would work. We do have other meds that are on. They're not a flat rate. There's different pricing, but we shop all the time. Our competitors, and we assign pricing. We make sure that we're going to buy it and sell it cheaper than than they would. So we shop Costco. We shop all the local chains. I mean, they're easy because from what we see when we do this stuff, CVS and Walgreens and Rite Aid, they're just super expensive. So I go to the guys that tend to have more aggressive pricing, and then I make sure we beat them. And again, if you find something that's less, we price match. Pricing should not be the issue. Whether or not you go to an independent pharmacy, specifically ours or not, pricing should be the last thing. You need to experience what high level service is like. Somebody that knows your name, even if we've never met. We know our patients. We don't have turnover. This basically should be all independent pharmacies in general, but most certainly ours. You just the people that experience independent pharmacies, they know the difference. And so medsinbulk.com is where you would start to go through our funnel where we explain this, and medsinbulk.com/form is where you would just plug in your meds. One of us will call you, and we go through the process to make sure that your meds are on there and you're a candidate. I mean, most people are, because it's really about the pricing. I'll leave this on here in case you could see if any of your medications are on there. And like I said, this is our top 50 prescribed drugs, and we do add more. You just gotta ask us, and we don't make up a form every time we change it. So yeah, definitely reach out, medsinbulk.com, or you can call the number here, 718-767-7868. You can go to our website, harpells.com,